Time for more on UATV English. You ask hard questions, we answer in easy terms. The question of the week has been voiced by our dear viewer Fahrenheit 1100, and that question sounded like: will Russia come to a peace conference under the current Russian regime? Let's turn off all romanticism and admit that Russia will not come to the peace conference under the current regime. I don't think that the next one will come either, unless it signs the terms of surrender, which will be written for it. Why won't Putin's regime come to peace talks? Because Russia is a country of czars and prison systems, where the power is held by the strong. And the strong do not negotiate, they take everything they can. Yes, our neighbors have such a medieval regime and way of thinking. And this is not only about the government, but also about ordinary people. They are used to obeying. That is why there are no protests caused by the death, although it is more like the murder, of the main opposition. By the way, this is the second time in 10 years because Nemtsov was also killed. Then there were at least some protests on Bolotnaya Square, but the swamp of the Kremlin dragged its people into a sticky swamp. And that is why Putin will not come to any peace conference. Because the peace conference cannot confirm the loss of territorial integrity of Ukraine. And when our soldiers go to the borders of 1991, it will mean death for the modern Russian regime. The next Russian regime after Putin will not come to the peace talks, because it will be either a continuation of Putin's policy in the person of any of his modern henchmen, or even if we imagine that someone from the opposition will come to power, then they will not give up Ukrainian land either. Even Alexei Navalny was against the return of Crimea to Ukraine. What to say about others? And as I have already said, even such a proposal will not be accepted by Russian society, and any politician who proposes it will lose power. And so it will be until the Russians change. And for this, not just years, but decades are needed. The only option when the Russian regime will be at the peace conference is when Russia as it is now will no longer exist. There will be either a union of many national countries or differing countries in general. And that is why the Russian regime will not be present at the peace conference. I almost forgot, there is another option when Russia will be at the conference: to simulate peace negotiations. The Kremlin needs time to restock and launch a new attack. And just such a peaceful conference for freezing no peace is waiting in Russia. That seems to be it for tonight and for the week. It was Diana Kolesnik in UATV English, breaking the hard truth in easy terms for the whole free world directly from Ukraine as usual. Stay safe and tuned for more.